I was invited to Inhotim Institute in Brazil, which is a big collection institution in Minas Gerais, like 2 hours from Belo Horizonte, very famous. It's a very famous botanical collection as well as contemporary art collection. And when I first visited there, I thought this is also very, there's another collection here, which is a collection of people. There are about 1,000 people working there. And I was interested again in a group that is part of the institutional knowledge, but also excluded from it. And I chose to work with the gardeners. The gardeners work there for 10 years of the institution's life. They are expert on many different technique and kind of more pre-industrial technique of gardening, but at the same time many of them never walked into the galleries, and about 40% of them were illiterate. But the knowledge they had, and the knowledge, from social knowledge, some of them were like family members, and the historical knowledge about what was in this area before Inhotim. And of course, the knowledge about the botanical collection was just outrageous. And I invited gardeners and other, staff employees, maintenance employees, to do the similar idea. So we walked in Inhotim, collected the questions and the answers, and then they had the chance to be the performers. And I remember one guest came to me and said, I'm here today with guests. I've been here quite a few times before, and this is such a gift because I would never visit Inhotim, from the perspective of, someone like this gardener. And I said, it was also you gave him such a great gift, because he was never, I never heard this guy Sergio saying more than 2-word sentence before. And the fact that he was empowered, sometimes almost forced, but but he was there and interested to lead the tour, to mediate, to invite you to see this institution through his eyes, was a great gift for him as well.
So what do you think is needed for social change, just in general?
There are 2 elements. First, again, if you look at the museum as site or as arena to be active, sometimes, museums, obviously, heavy institutions, if they want even to introduce a new app, right, instead of the audio guide, they would, how it is, hire a company, conduct research, spend 2 years in development. And sometimes I kind of look at it, it's like, where are the artists in this story? And I feel like artists can be agent of change also in big institutions. Maybe it won't be like the app that cover the entire collection. Maybe it will be a 2 weeks performance, or like a much simpler app on, that work on a very specific segment of the collection. But if you work with artists, you can have 10 different views, 10 different, and the idea that is maybe more ad hoc or more guerrilla, or very, have a very specific lens. It's not showing everything, but it tells a story but then you have 10 different stories and different perspective and different lenses. And I think this potential of artists act, again, permitted or unpermitted, but act in the museum as not only as maker of more objects, but as interpreters, as the one who recontextualize, as the one who connects between the eye of the audience and the object, as the expert, super expert, alter expert, under expert, is such a strong tool to activate the system, and from social to historical and even political meanings of it.